Hello, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I am your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you once again for joining us. We just got done streaming the Texans and Packer game. Packers got to win. Let's go, go Pack, go! Let's go. Now, we're going to see a rematch of Super Bowl 55. Last year's Super Bowl, Chiefs 49ers. Fortunately, I have Tom Brady in my screen right now. That's not what I want to see. Can this get any worse for me? Chiefs, 49ers, and Tom Brady? If I could, I would turn this off, but we are going to watch a fun matchup here. Obviously, the Chiefs, 5-0, one of the last remaining undefeated teams. I think the Vikings actually lost to the Lions. I would have to double check the score on that one. If they did, the Chiefs are the final undefeated team in the NFL. Then we have the 3-3 injured, embattled 49ers. They are still a very talented team. They got talent on defense. They got talent on offense. And they are a well-coached team. But they have dealt with some major injuries. They are still without Christian McCaffrey. They were without Fred Warner for a while. And now they are looking a little bit healthier, just a little bit, not a whole lot, but they're going to have a fun matchup here at home, so hopefully that helps, and it's going to be pretty dang interesting. I expect points. I expect both of these teams to score into the 20s, into the mid to late 20s. Even though they have really good defenses, I still think the points are going to be there, and I do believe at least there's going to be one turnover on each side. Patrick Mahomes has been giving up some interceptions. Even Brock Purdy has been giving up some interceptions as well. So I'm expecting turnovers. I'm expecting some sacks. And I'm expecting points. So this should be a fun and entertaining game. And the kickoff is up and away. And the 49ers will start with the ball here at the 30. That does mean the Chiefs will have the ball in to start the second half. So let me know what game you watched at 12. Were you watching the Packer game? Were you in the chat with me in that game? Or did you watch something else? There was a lot of fun games in the morning/noon slot. So we had some of the, I believe, the Lions and the Vikings. We had the Bills against the Titans, and I think we had the Bengals against the Browns. I think Deshaun Watson left that game with a major injury. First snap, pistol, handoff to Mason, and he is going to be stacked up for a loss of 1. This Chiefs defense, one of the best in the NFL. That front seven is nasty, man. So it's going to be a very, very intense, hard-hitting game. Both of these teams have some crazy receiver talent, but their defensive front man, it's freaking scary how good they are at times. All right, Little in motion to the right. It's going to be another handoff, this time to the right, and Mason able to pick his way for a gain of about 8 or 9. But there is a flag on the field. And it looks like it's going to be on the 49ers, and that will drive them back. Holding penalty. Dahlia, what's up? What's up? Heck yeah. Go Pack, go. 5-2, and the Packers are going to be facing the Jaguars next week. So a team that is not very good. As long as the Packers don't play down to their competition, they have a very good chance to go 6-2 heading into that Detroit game. All right, 2nd and 21, ball at the 19. Purdy dropping back, looking, scrambling, and is going to be taken down after a gain of about 3 on the play. We're seeing Ricky Pearsall in here. Ricky Pearsall was the first-round pick for the 49ers, 31st overall pick. he was actually shot in. I think he was shot in the chest or somewhere in his abdomen. Just before the regular season and preseason started. So thankfully he's alive and he is now suited up and ready to play. So big run by Juszczyk, and that'll be a fourth down. Got some big yardage, but after I think it was a 3rd and 18 there, they needed more than just 13 yards. So yeah, Ricky Pearsall, man, crazy story. I think it was I don't know where he was, but I think he was just out and about, and then somebody tried to rob him. They shot him, and thankfully he lived. And but now he's back, and hopefully the kid can have a long and healthy career after all that. The punt is going to be rolling down, and it's going to be down just inside the 15 is where the Kansas City Chiefs will start the game. Okay, I see you, Aaron Andrews. She's showing the guns today. Let's go. All right, shotgun set. Two receivers split out wide on the right side. Travis Kelce motioning to the right in the slot. Gets it out to his running back. It's going to be a gain of about 2 for Kareem Hunt. And I'm going to have to look at the scores here. I didn't get a chance to do it in between the games, so let me look here. So shotgun, two receivers to the right. Mahomes changing some things at the line. Backup tight end in motion. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Hunt. He's going to gain about 2 yards on the play. All right. So the Lions came away with a 2-point victory over the Minnesota Vikings, 31-29. So very close game. And Minnesota does get its first loss of the season. So shotgun 3rd and 6, pressure in Mahomes, but he gets it out quickly to his receiver, and that's going to be a huge gain. And that's going to be McCole Hardman, the former New York Jet, running a nice little zig route, getting away from Fred Warner there, and able to just get some big yardage after the catch. It'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 36, handoff up the middle to Hunt, and is only going to be able to get 2 yards, unable to break the first tackle. So yeah, we had the Eagles absolutely spank the Giants 28-3. The Bills got a huge victory, 34-10, with Amari Cooper in his first game. Seattle, 34-14 over Atlanta. Not expecting that one. 2nd and 8, Mahomes in the shotgun, receiver in motion to the left. It's going to be a handoff to Hunt, and he's going to gain about 6 or 7 yards. It'll be 3rd and about 2. Bengals came away with a 21-14 victory over the Deshaun-less Cleveland Browns. And Miami continuing to struggle without Tua, only scoring 10 points in a 6-point loss to the Colts. 3rd and 1, shotgun, 2 receivers in motion, 3 receivers now on the right side. Kelce alone at the bottom of the screen. Running back in motion to the right. Mahomes looking pressured. Takes a shot as he throws, and that ball will be incomplete. trying to get it to Xavier Worthy, the rookie. And that was Nick Bosa able to get around the tackle and was able to give Mahomes a big shot at the end there. And they fake it, and it's going to go absolutely nowhere. A fake punt by the Chiefs, and the 49ers sniff that one out, getting one over the Andy Reid there. You could tell his look. He was like, dang it, dang it. All right. 49ers will get the ball in great field position here after that, stopping that fake punt. All right, guys, I will be right back. I'm going to make myself a little bit of a drink. All right, we are back here. '49ers starting with the ball at the Chiefs 45. Fakes the handoff. Brock looking deep down the field, and he is intercepted by the Kansas City Chiefs. And that is the safety, I believe. That is safety Reed there, just coming down, undercutting that throw. And that is a huge turnover. Like I said, both of these quarterbacks, despite their reputation, this season they have been giving some big chances for against defenses to get the ball. And there's the first one of the day. Brock Purdy throwing an interception here. This will not be the last one that I think this this Chiefs team will get a chance to pick up. So 1st and 10 very quickly after that. So it's going to be a fake handoff. Mahomes throwing it down the field, finding his backup tight end. That is Gray for a huge first down catch for the Chiefs. And he's going to be around the 32 of San Francisco. So even after stopping the Chiefs on that fake punt, the very first play for the 49ers, big pick. And now the Kansas City Chiefs are driving. Two receivers stacked up at the right side. Kelsey in motion to the right. Mahomes under center, fakes the handoff, pressure, and gets it out quickly to Xavier Worthy for a gain of about 5. All right. 2nd and 4, ball at the 33. Two receivers to the left. Mahomes in the shotgun. Running back to his right. Pressure. Throwing it deep down the field to Worthy and overthrowing him. Unable to get a connection with his rookie wideout. Third and 4 for the Chiefs. Clock is stopped at 7:35. All right. Shotgun, 3 receivers bunched up to the left. Xavier Worthy motioning to the right. Pressure. Mahomes finding space. It's going to scramble, get the first down inside the 20, down to about the 19-yard line. And like I said before, I don't understand how he is able to move so fast while looking like one of the slowest human beings I've ever seen run. Like scientists have to do some type of study on this. I don't understand it. I've seen Lamar run significantly faster, unable to get the ball out quicker, and Mahomes is going to be taken down for a sack. And that is Joey Bosa in there on the sack. I believe there's another 49er there as well. Let's see who it was. But Bosa, first guy there. And then big 56 was able to help Bosa finish off Mahomes in the backfield. So 2nd and 15, ball at the 24. Steele in motion. The ball gets popped up, and it's intercepted. And another interception. And I called it before the game started, baby. I told you, both of these quarterbacks are going to throw some picks, and I got them. That was big 93 with a huge interception. Was he also the guy that batted the ball up? Yes, he was. The big man getting that paw up there, popping the ball up there, and getting the interception. Big 93 said no, and thank you. I said it before, man. Both of these quarterbacks this season, man, they have been, I don't even want to say they've been careless with the ball. They've been smart. But it's just, I don't know if the defenses are figuring them out or what's going on, but they have just been throwing interceptions, throwing some picks, making plays, man. The defenses are making plays against these quarterbacks. I mean, there's a lot of film on them. They've been to the Super Bowl. They've been to AFC, NFC championship games. So they have a lot more film on these quarterbacks than they do against some of the other ones. So far we have no score, but we do have a punt, fake punt that was stopped, and now 2 interceptions, each by Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy. All right, I'll be right back. All right, we are back here. Had to get my tea. Had to get my tea. And for some of you who are there are saying tea, really? Yes, I'm an old man. All right, need my tea. It's starting to get cold out here. Okay, don't judge me. Don't judge me. No, but heck of a job by 93, man. Just once again, anytime a big man can make a play on the ball, it's always gonna be fun. Reminds me of Johnny Jolly, who played for the Packers in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and it's gonna be a throw to the right here. It's gonna be a nice gain of about 7 or 8 for the 49ers. That was Brandon Ayuk with a catch. Kyle Juszczyk motioning into the backfield here. 2nd and 2, ball at the 40. Mason trying to get to the first down marker, but is only going to gain about a yard. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the 49ers here with 5:23 left in the first quarter. It looks like Debo Samuel is having some issues breathing. He had a oxygen mask on, and he was talking to like a medical staff. So 3rd and 1, Kyle Juszczyk again motioning into the backfield. Another run with Mason, and it's going to be stopped up in the backfield. A loss of about half a yard. So it'll be 4th down. Kansas City not allowing this 49ers team to really do what they love and want to do, and that is run the ball. I mean, you look at the stats, and granted, it's for most teams, but especially this 49er offense, ever since Brock Purdy got there, if once they establish the run, it opens up so many things, especially in the second half in the passing game. You start seeing Brandon Ayuk, Jawan making plays, and even Debo Samuel as well. So Kansas City is really doing a great job of basically saying, if you want to beat us, if you want to move this ball, you're going to have to do it with Brock Purdy. And the punt is going to be downed inside the 10 with 4:10 left in the first quarter. Kansas City will get the ball back. So neither team able to do anything with any of these turnovers. 49ers stopped the fake punt. First play, they turn the ball over with a pick. Kansas City drives down the field. Then they turn the ball over with a pick. And now we have a punt. So both of these defenses starting out strong. Both of these offenses looking like they're on the back foot here. And things got even tighter in the NFC North. Detroit obviously getting a win over Minnesota, so now everybody in the NFC North has a loss. Green Bay 5-2, Minnesota 5-1, and I believe, yeah, Detroit is also 5-1. And the Bears do not play this week, so we're gonna have to wait until next week before we get to see all of these teams kind of play again. But man, that division, man, is just stacked up. I think combined they have 19 wins, and they have Green Bay has 2 losses, Bears have 2. So yeah, so altogether they are 19-6. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Kareem Hunt able to muscle his way. Initially was stopped for maybe a gain of 1, but able to fight for an extra 4 or 5 yards. Looks like on the previous drive, Juju was injured potentially on that. Just running a route, he kind of just tripped over his feet. But he seems all right. So it's going to be a toss to the left. Kareem Hunt taken down after a gain of about 1 or 2. That was Mustafa just coming in like a missile, dude. Holy cow. Strong wrap up right there. Hit him right in the thighs and then just literally took his legs out from under him. It'll be 3rd and 3. Empty set. 3 receivers to the right. 1 second left, and they get the snap off just in time. Patrick looking, and he's going to be taken down at the 10-yard line for a sack. And these defenses, man, they are eating. Punt is away. It's going to be somewhere around the 40. Punt returner gets run into by his own teammate. Luckily, he was able to hold on to it. All right, looking around the league here. Got a couple other games going. We have the Panthers going up against the Commanders. I have yet to look at the score, but I'm assuming that's going to be a blowout loss for the Panthers. And yep, with 11:35 left in the second quarter, it is 17-0 Commanders. Man, the Commanders, dude, that's another team, man. That's a team that I wish I could see every week, man. They're just so impressive. Next, we have the Raiders with the Rams, just 3-1. Raiders take the lead. But tonight, this is a game that's going to be very, very interesting for a lot of reasons. The Jets and the Steelers. So we have Justin Fields, who has been able to get the Steelers to, I think, a 4-2 record. He's played okay, but he's not been amazing. But once again, he was never considered a top quarterback prospect. He was always a guy that, if he had the time and the right team to be able to develop him as a QB, then I think he would be solid. He didn't get that in Chicago. He's looking a little bit better with the Steelers, but I think they're tailoring that offense to his strengths and kind of really doing their best to protect him from some of the more negative traits that he picked up in Chicago. But despite the 4-2 record, they are looking like they're going to bench him for Russell Wilson, Mr. High Knees. And Russell, I mean, he doesn't really cost the Steelers anything at this point. I think they're paying him a little over $1 million, but the Broncos are picking up most of his contract for this year. But I think they want to see. I think the reason they're changing it is has nothing to do with how if that Justin Fields is playing badly. I think it's more of can we get more out of the offense in the passing game? Because I think Russell, we've seen his career. We saw it early on in his career. He looked like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, top five guy, Super Bowl winner. But obviously over the last couple of years, whether it's age, whether it's something, just hasn't been the same. But I think the Steelers want to know what they have in them. It's going to be a deep throw, trying to get it to George Kittle and unable to connect. But there is going to be a pass interference call on Reed. Reed is literally asking the referees, "What do you want me to do?" I mean, Kittle ran right into him. But going back to the Steelers and Jets game, obviously Jets look like a disaster, but they they traded for Devontae Adams. Let's see if that changes anything. Brock Purdy ball in the air, and it's nearly intercepted again. I believe that is Nick Bolton with the pass breakup. Oh man! And Bolton almost pulled was able to bat that ball up and nearly got underneath it. So 2nd and 10, ball at the 41 of Kansas City. It's going to be a run up the middle. Mason able to get about 4 yards on the play. And we are seeing these defenses, man. They are not backing down, man. They are being aggressive. All right, Kyle's Juszczyk in the backfield at the running back position. Three receivers are going to be stacked up, bunched up on the right side. Purdy takes the snap, looking to his left, and he's going to just dirt the ball. Did not like what he saw, and it'll be 4th and 6 for the 49ers. And I thought I was seeing somebody that I saw a lot, and I did. It is Anders Carlson, the former Green Bay Packer, kicking a 55-yard field goal and making it right down the middle. And for people that are familiar, Anders Carlson was the kicker for the Green Bay Packers last year that missed a potential game tying, game potentially winning field goal against these exact 49ers in the divisional round. That was kind of the almost the descent of the beginning of the end, I should say, for Carlson's time in Green Bay. After that, he was very, very scrutinized. He had a kicking competition all off season that he ended up losing to Greg Joseph. But even then, Greg Joseph was cut the next day for Braden Narvison, and then he was cut for Brandon McManus, who just hit a game-winning field goal for the Packers earlier today. So it's weird to see Anders Carlson now with the 49ers. That is actually the third kicker for the 49ers today, this season, I should say. Moody is still injured, unable to go, and I think they They did not like the kicker that they had the last couple of weeks, so they let him go and they picked up Anders Carlson now. So coming full circle now for Carlson. And let's change the score here to 3-0. And looks like the guy that replaced Moody, Matthew Wright, he was actually injured in practice, so that's why they picked up Carlson this week. And it looks like the injury to Juju is a hamstring. He is questionable to return for this game. And then Debo Samuel has an illness that he's been dealing with throughout the week. That's why we saw him kind of getting some extra oxygen on the sidelines. And we have an update on Deshaun Watson's injury. It looks like it's a torn Achilles. So most likely that is the last time we will see Watson this season for the Browns. Fakes the handoff. Mahomes screen to his tight end who's going to hurdle a defender and get down the field for a first down, a gain of 11. First and 10, ball at the 41 for Kansas City. Throw over the middle, and once again, getting it to Gray for a big first down. Out across the 50, down to about the 45-yard line, I believe. Actually, down near the 40. And it looks like we're going to have a commercial break here heading into the second quarter. All right, just looking up some things on Andrews Carlson. He was picked up on the 15th practice squad and was elevated this week to take over for Wright after his injury. All right, looks like we are back here. Going to be starting up the second quarter of this Super Bowl 58 rematch. First and 10, ball at the 39. 49ers showing pressure, 5 on the line. It's going to be an end around to McCole Hardman. He's down to the 15. It's going to be down at about the 17 or 18 there. Just giving these Chiefs extra yardage here. Ball at the 19. It's going to be a run up the middle. Kareem Hunt bounces off a guy, but is still unable to get any more yardage. Just back at the line of scrimmage. Three receivers to the left here. Mahomes in the shotgun, dumps it down to Kareem on the screen, and he is going to go down for a loss of about 3. There is a flag on the field. And it's going to be on the 49ers here. They lined up in the neutral zone. That was on Joey Bosa. So that'll wipe away the loss. So they'll give the Chiefs a first. Sorry, not a first down. Just an extra 5 yards on the play. So 2nd and 5 here. Are they lined up on the neutral zone again? No. Another little end around, this time to Xavier Worthy to the right, and he's going to get enough for the first down. Gain of about 6 on the play. First and goal, ball at the 8-yard line. Mahomes under center, single back in the backfield. McCole Hardman in motion to the left. It's going to be a run. It's going to get to the 5, but there's going to be a flag this time. For sure, it's going to be on San Francisco, jumping a little early on the play. It's going to be offsides on the 49ers here. Some big penalties for the 49ers on this drive. All right. Snap is straight to the receiver and is going to hand it off to Kareem Hunt, who is going to be down just shy of the goal line at about the 1, maybe a little inside. And that was actually to Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz and Patrick Mahomes both in the backfield there. Man, we have not seen Wentz in a long time. That boy needs some lotion. It's It's going to be a quick flag. They're going to blow the play dead here. There's too many men on the field. That's on the 49ers. They need to get their stuff together, man. There's like, what, 4 or 5 penalties on this drive alone? I think there was the first penalty was the pass interference call on Reed after he supposedly got in the way of not George Kittle, one of the tight ends. And Xavier Worthy in motion to the left. It's going to be a handoff, and it's a touchdown for the Chiefs. Kareem Hunt getting in the end zone. (11:24) in the second quarter. Kansas City just driving down the field slowly but surely. Penalties, obviously, referees helping them out a little bit here and there. All right. And the extra point is up and good. Right down the middle. Kansas City takes a 7-3 lead in the second quarter. So finally, a little bit of rhythm, a little bit of some consistency for both of these offenses. Getting some points finally after that weird sequence of turnover, things like that. So I'm kind of seeing here where these teams, at least their defenses, where they rank. I know they're going to rank near the top here. Both of these teams are just so talented on that defensive side. Their front sevens are by far the most impactful, I would say, of some of the teams in the NFL. You know, you got Jones with Kansas City. You got Nick Bolton there as well, who just seems to be never seems to be able to get out of the shadow of a lot of the defensive line, but the guy has just been so consistent for a long time. And then on the other side, you have Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, some really, really impressive playmakers on that San Francisco side. So Kansas City and San Francisco. Kansas City is ninth in total defense. San Francisco 11th. Neither team particularly impressive against the pass, but once again, we talked about that with Baltimore, with Green Bay, with Detroit, and even the Minnesota. Their defenses have been really good, but neither of them are in the top half of stopping the pass. But that's because some of the better defenses, they're more worried about stopping the run rather than stopping the pass, because they're gonna let you get, if you start out somewhere around the 20 or 30, they're gonna let you get to midfield. But once you get past that, that's when they start tightening up. So these defenses are okay with giving up 20, 30, 40 passing yards, but then they're gonna tighten up. Sorry, in that as you get closer to field goal range. And hey, they'll say, hey, you want a field goal? You can have it. But we're not giving up a touchdown. We're going to get very strong. We're going to be very tough past that 45-yard mark. And San Francisco is ranked 17th against the pass, and Kansas City is 20th in the pass. Brock Purdy dropping back, gets it to Kittle, gain of about 7 or 8 there. And of course, both of these defenses are in the top 10 at stopping the run. San Francisco at 7, and Kansas City at 5th. So, like I said, stopping the run has been the biggest priority for some of the best defenses in the NFL. Stopping the pass, kind of secondary. Brock Purdy looking, throws, and the ball is batted down, incomplete. Very, very low ball. It'll be 3rd and 2. That throw was so low it actually hit his own offensive lineman in the back of the head. Receiver in motion to the left, shotgun, takes the snap, looking, pressure, and delivers a beautiful ball to Brandon Ayuk, who absolutely just dropped it. I mean, dude, you can't throw that ball any better. That was literally in a bucket. And Ayuk, you can tell right away as soon as that ball got away from him, he just, yeah, that's a tough one right there. Not only was that going to be a first down, that was going to be a huge, huge play. That would have got them somewhere around the 40 of Kansas City. Kansas City is going to be able to return it. McCole Hardman 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, and down at the 30 of San Francisco. And that is a huge return for the Kansas City Chiefs. They are looking hot right now. Their offense just scored a touchdown. Their defense got a big stop. And now their return game, who McCole Hardman started at his own 15. And was able to get it all the way to the 30 of San Francisco. That is a 55-yard return by the former Jet / former Kansas City Chief. 10:21 left in the half. Kelsey in motion. Shotgun, takes the snap. Mahomes looking, throwing to his right, throws it underneath to Kelsey for a gain of 5. Mahomes in the shotgun, 2 receivers stacked up on the right. Looking, is just going to throw the ball at the feet of his running back on the screen. 49ers doing a great job of seeing that one, and just Mahomes was like, no, not today. Just toss it. All right, 3rd and 5. 2 receivers stacked up on the right. Mahomes in the shotgun. Kelsey in motion to the left. Takes the snap, looking. He's going to step up in the pocket. Tosses it to Xavier Worthy for a gain of about 6 or 7. That'll be a first down for the Chiefs. Mahomes looking like he was going to run, and then just pitched it to Xavier Worthy about 7 yards down the field. So 1st and 10, ball at the 18-yard line. Mahomes in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, tosses it to Worthy on the end around to the left, breaks the initial tackle, but it's going to be stopped after a gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. All right, 2nd down. Tight ends in motion. It's going to be a run up the middle with Hunt. He's going to keep his legs churning, and he's going to go down after a gain of about 2 or 3. It'll be 3rd and short for Kansas City. Clock is at 8:06, 8:05, 8:04, 8:03, 8:02, 8:01, 8. If you want to sync it up with us. Third and 3. 2 players in motion. Now 3 receivers bunched up to the left. Mahomes in the shotgun. Kelsey alone to the right. And Mahomes is going to use his first timeout of the half. Not liking what he was seeing. And we have Xavier Worthy on the sidelines getting checked out. Looks like his hip is injured. So empty set for the Chiefs. Mahomes motioning Hunt to come back to the backfield. 3 receivers bunched up on the left. Quick throw. Hunt breaks the initial tackle and is just going to get enough of the first down. Needed 3, got about 5. Hunt saying that they got a hold of his face mask there. Let's see if that's true. And yes, it was. Small tug, but didn't affect it. He already had the first down. So 1st and goal, ball at the 6. 2 receivers to the left. Tight ends in motion to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Hunt, who's going to pick his way through and get the first down and more for a touchdown. Kansas City, man. This reminds me of the Patriots, man. Just some boring football a little bit here. Oh, and Hunt almost fumbled that ball. All right. Kick is up, and it's good. Kansas City, with 6:45 left in the half, are leading 14-3. Yeah, man, San Francisco, man, they need to get their offense back on track. I think as the weeks go on, I think they're missing McCaffrey more and more. I think some teams are starting to really key in on what Mason is doing. And Mason, he's been phenomenal, man. On the games that he's been, so far it's been the majority of the games, but when he plays well, dude, he looks phenomenal. He looks like one of the best backs in the NFL. Tough runner, fast as heck, man. But I think teams are really starting to key in on him. He's been their primary focus. And then when you have receivers dropping passes like they have right now, it's not helping a quarterback who I like Purdy a lot. He's a very smart guy, even a top potentially a top 10 guy. But he is limited in my opinion. He's not a guy that's going to be able to just throw it down, I think I talked about this before. He's not a guy that's going to be able to just chuck it, 50, 60, not 50, but 35 to 45 yards down the field to make a big play. He's not like a Jordan Love or C.J. Stroud or like anybody that's going to be having that big arm that can really get you down the field very quickly. He's a smart guy. He's going to dink and dunk you. Sometimes he'll take those 15 yards, over the top. But his receivers really need to be able to find some space and allow him to make those easier throws because right now he's just not making them, man. He's very limited. You can tell he's kind of in his head, especially when he starts turning the ball over. When he tends to turn the ball over a little bit more, he tends to be kind of shell up a little bit from what I've seen. Kickoff is away, and it'll be down inside the end zone. They really need to get Jordan Mason going here. It's just 4 yards for 4 carries. Finally gets going here. Biggest run of the day. Gain of about 8. But there is a flag on the field. And it looks like it's going to be on San Francisco holding. We have seen a lot of flags in this game so far. A lot. Majority of them going against San Francisco. All right, 1st and 20, ball at the 20. George Kittle in motion to the left. Purdy in the shotgun, running back to his right. Throws it over the middle to George Kittle, who will get a big first down. I don't know why I'm rhyming so much today. Over the middle with George Kittle. I did it earlier in the Packer game. It's a very rhyme-heavy game day for me, apparently. But first down for the 49ers. Ball is at the 42. Purdy under center. Toss to the left. Going to get it out to his backup running back. Garendo with a gain of about 3. Getting it to the 45. I'm pretty sure early on in this season I called Garendo Guardado or something like that. Could never really see his name, so I was just kind of making it up as I went along. So Garendo with a 3-yard gain there. Fakes the handoff. Purdy needing to step up, but he's going to be taken down for a sack back at the 40. And this Kansas City defense, man, continuing to make plays, continuing to make life very difficult for Brock Purdy. It looks like two 49ers defenders took each other out, which allowed George Karlaftis to just basically go unblocked to Brock Purdy on that left side. Third and 12, very quick pressure, and Purdy overthrows Brandon Ayuk down the seam, and it's going to be incomplete. Another fourth down for the 49ers. Punt is away, barely gets it off. It's going to be inside the 15. Going to be fair caught at about the 14. Four minutes left in this half. Kansas City with an opportunity to potentially make this a 3-possession game. And remember, they get the opening kickoff to start the second half. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the 49ers can do at this point, man. They can't run the ball. Their pass blocking just seems to be all over the place. You got guys running into each other, knocking each other down. You know, the pocket is collapsing. The receivers can't seem to get open. Even when they do, they're dropping passes. Man, this could be a rough game for Brock Purdy and that offense if they do not get anything going. And now you're seeing the Chiefs scoring back-to-back touchdowns on some drives here. All right, first and 10, ball at the 14. Kelsey in motion to the left. It's going to be a handoff to Kareem Hunt up the middle. He's going to be able to get all the way down to the 20-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. Deebo Samuel dealing with an illness apparently coming into this game, but he is heading to the locker room. He has not really been on the field, which I think you can definitely tell on that San Francisco offense. They miss his playmaking ability. They miss his his versatility. Mahomes looking for Kelsey. He's going to find him for a gain of about 5 on the play. First down, Kansas City. Mahomes in the shotgun, 2 running backs in the backfield. Tries to get the ball out to Xavier Worthy. Coverage was very tight. Basically, Mahomes just had to dirt that ball. Clock is stopped at 2:38 for the half. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 25. 2 receivers stacked up on the left. Mahomes gets the ball to Steele, who breaks the initial tackle, keeps his legs turning, and gets that to a positive gain. Gain of 2. And we will hit the 2-minute warning here. 14-3, Kansas City driving down the field. And don't worry, we're still on a commercial break here, so not missing anything. But I am very surprised to see how dominant at this point, especially late in this second quarter. That's really when it started. How dominant this entire Kansas City team has been. I was expecting at least some points from the 49ers, but that has not happened here. So 3rd and 8, empty set, 3 receivers to his left here. Mahomes dropping back, pressure, needing to roll to his right, and is just going to throw it away. 49ers defense finally being able to get a stop here after giving up touchdowns on back-to-back drives leading into this one. Punt is away. Be picked up inside the 10. It's going to be returned down to the 20. And he is going to stay on his feet, go out across the 22. But there is a flag on the field here. And that's going to most likely be on the 49ers. Cowing trying to do as much as he can, trying to spark something on this San Francisco side of the ball. So let's get the official call here. And they'll be holding on the 49ers. So all that effort, all those broken tackles by Cowing were for absolutely nothing. Most likely they will be starting well inside their own territory, probably within the 15. First and 10, ball at the 10. George Kittle in motion to the left. Kyle Juszczyk running a nice little wheel route there. And it's going to be incomplete. There's going to be pass interference 100%. It's going to be on McDuffie there. Basically hugging Brandon Ayuk there. It's a nice little slow dance for him. You know, Ayuk trying to move to the left. McDuffie's like, no, I got you, baby. I got you. Don't worry. I got you. This is when you know the game has not been super exciting, is when I start making dumb jokes. So, all right, two receivers to the right. Purdy in the shotgun, pressure, throws it over the middle, and him and Ricky Pearsall, the rookie, not on the same page. Yeah, there's been very, very little separation from these receivers. And I think if Purdy was able to lead that throw a little bit more not upfield, but kind of towards the middle of the field, I think Pearsall might have been able to run away from him. So pass, quick, gets it out to Pearsall this time, and he's going to gain of about 6 on the play. And that is the rookie's first catch in the NFL, getting a huge cheer from the crowd. Kansas City will use their second timeout. They are looking to get the ball back one more time before the half. Clock is stopped at 1:24. We'll see if they adjust it. All right, Purdy in the shotgun, 3rd and 4. Mason motioning into the backfield. George Kittle going out wide to the left. Purdy has time, pressure, gets the ball to George Kittle deep down the field, down at about the 34. ball was definitely underthrown. Huge gain for the 49ers. Finally, something going. Purdy dumping it down to Jordan Mason, who gains about 4 or 5 yards on the play inside the 30. And looks like San Francisco will use their first timeout. All right, 2nd and 6, ball at the 29. Purdy in motion, two receivers stacked up to the right, throwing over the middle to Brandon Ayuk, who held onto the ball, but he took a shot, and he is not looking good, man. Oh, hopefully it just hurts, and that's the only issue. They're the 49ers are already without Debo Samuel. I can't tell if it's a knee or a hip, but either way, he took a shot right over the middle there. Oh, it's his ankle too. Honestly, both ankles look like they. So it looks like they're checking on his right leg there. San Francisco will use their final timeout regardless, obviously because of the injury. And in terms of scoring defense here, at least in the red zone defense, the Chiefs are tied for 10th with the Lions heading into this game. Just 46.7 in the red zone, while the 49ers are down to the 19th with 55.6. So, and obviously, we've seen the red zone numbers go up for the 49ers, giving up 2 red zone touchdowns in this game. And when you look at the third down defense here, Kansas City stands at 14th, tied with the Steelers at 35.6. And then you have the 49ers all the way down to 23. So definitely some situational football where the 49ers defense is not as strong. Their their ranking in terms of yardage is solid, but when it comes to situational red zone, third down, not looking good. Good thing is Brandon Ayuk is walking off the field. He is limping a little bit gingerly on that leg. He's going to go into the blue tent, so some big injuries for these 49ers just continue to stack up. Debo, now Brandon Ayuk. First and 10. Quick pass to the right. It's going to be a nice little bubble screen, and that's going to be the Cowing. Gained about 7 yards on the play. So 29 seconds left. Clock is stopped. It looks like San Francisco might have used their final timeout there. Obviously, depending on this next play here. And how quickly they can get to the line. We might be only seeing 2 more plays for the 49ers. Try to get a touchdown. All right, it'll be 2nd and 1, ball at the 5. 2 receivers to the left. George Kittle tight to the line on the left side as well. Takes the snap, looking, and throws it out the back of the end zone. Incomplete pass. 20 seconds still left in the half. All right. 2 receivers stacked up. And they hand it to Jordan Mason, who is going to be stopped in the backfield for a loss. And that is going to force the 49ers to really try to get that field goal. Clock is running. 12 seconds. 11, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Kick is up. And Anders Carlson, the former Green Bay Packer, is 2 for 2 on the day. And that is going to be the end of the first half for this game. Kansas City with an 8-point lead at the half. All right. So far, a little bit of a slow start, but defensive plays to begin the game, especially in that first quarter. 2 interceptions, couple stops on 4th down after the fake punt, some sacks as well. But then that second quarter, there's a little bit of a lull, especially late in that one after Kansas City took a 14-3 lead. A lot of punts back and forth, but 49ers finally getting something going deep down the field with that throw to Kittle on the left side. But the big story right now is the injury to Brandon Ayuk and the illness to Deebo Samuel that has basically taken him off the field for the majority of this first half. He basically left with about 4 minutes in the second quarter. So we will see if we get Deebo back, especially if Brandon Ayuk cannot return. But for the Chiefs, man, they're looking good. After that first couple drives, they have really looked like they were a little bit on cruise control in the second quarter, scoring some touchdowns, driving down the field. They weren't able to get anything on their final drive, but they killed enough of the clock that the 49ers really weren't able to do a whole lot outside of just kind of settle for a field goal. They had to use those timeouts relatively early on that drive. So We will see how this second half starts. But let me know what you thought about this game. Let me know what you thought about the Packer game as well. That one was, and man, it started out rough for the Packers there, but as time went on, it looked better and better. They really had a nice second and third quarter. Fourth quarter, very slow for Green Bay, but when they needed to, they were able to get the yardage, get into field goal range, and get a big win against a very good Houston Texan team. So, looking around the league here, looks like we're going to be seeing some highlights from this Commander game. At one point, it was 17 to nothing. Jaden Daniels looks like he's injured. Actually, it looks like so Zach Ertz with a touchdown, and Jaden Daniels unfortunately coming back into the game, but with no pads on, so he's going to be probably looks like he's going to be done for the game. But it does not matter because they are up 34-0 against the Carolina Panthers. Rams just taking it to the Raiders right now, 14-6. Obviously, Detroit beating the Minnesota Vikings. Eagles slapping around the Giants. Seattle getting a big 20-point victory over the Atlanta Falcons. Dolphins losing to Colts. The Packers getting a big win. Bengals beating their division rival Browns. And the Jaguars at home in London getting a big win early this week, earlier today. And I will be right back, guys, here. All right, we are back. Yeah, man. But talking about that Packer game, what a heck of a job by Brian McManus, man. When they needed him, hasn't really played a whole lot over the last couple of years for sure. And obviously some of the off the field stuff we'll maybe tackle that at some point. But at this point, the Packers needed to find some consistency in the kicking game. Uh, is McManus a perfect kicker? No, definitely still lacking some of the power that you wanted from a kicker. Obviously, Andrews Carlson and Braden Narvison both have some big legs, but you know the consistency was not there for either of them. So McManus, a guy who's been in the league for a long time, has kicked a lot of balls in the league, some high pressure stuff, and he seemed unfazed in that kicking scenario. Even after his first kick went right down the middle, obviously the Texans called the timeout, went back and kicked the ball. It was a little bit more to the left than you would want, but at the end of the day, if as long as it goes through, it counts as a score and a win, baby. Made his all of his extra points. Not much more you could ask for from a kicker today. But heading into this second half for this Kansas City and San Francisco game, the big thing that you need to establish, especially if you're the 49ers, you need to establish the run. Find a way. Sorry, give me 1 second. All right. Find a way to establish the run. Somehow, some way, you got to get something going. If Jordan Mason can't get it done, you got to find some answers from your other backs. If you can get Debo back, I think that does help a little bit. But he's clearly going to be limited. He's not feeling well. Obviously, there's a big reason why he's barely been in the game. So I don't expect all of a sudden for them to have Debo all over the field, getting 20 touches in the second half. That's probably not going to happen. But if you can give them, heck, even just 5, maybe 6 or 7 touches, just something quick, something easy, get him out, give him a breather, you know. Then a couple plays later, he comes in for one more, and then so forth. But you got to find ways to get this going. You got to find ways to stop this Kansas City defense from just playing downhill. You're going to bring some of those guys who are in coverage, dropping back, got to bring them up a little bit more. And these receivers just need to make plays, man. They got to get separation, and when the ball is thrown to them, they got to come down with it. I'm trying to think of what else. Um, Defensively, I think the 49ers are fine. 14 points doesn't look amazing, but at the same time, they've been put into some awkward situations, and they just need to be able to be good enough to be able to stop this Kansas City team at least once or twice in this second half. I would say they need to get at least 2 stops here in this third quarter alone to really help out their offense, kind of hopefully get back into rhythm. But I mean, we're talking about the Chiefs, man. They could have a bad entire game until the final couple minutes of the fourth quarter, and they could probably still win. But And trust me, the NFL really wants Kansas City to go into this next Super Bowl undefeated. I think that's going to drive a whole lot of people to watch the game. Being undefeated for the Kansas City Chiefs is what the NFL wants. And once again, I'm not of the mind of like, oh, it's all rigged. It's not. But to say that the NFL doesn't have a vested interest in having one of their biggest teams come in undefeated for as long as they can, you'd be lying. Mahomes throwing it deep down the field and overthrows Xavier Worthy. He had absolutely blown the top of that defense off, and Mahomes just too much sauce on that one, not enough air. Overthrew him by nearly 5 yards. Throw a little bit more air in that one. Put a little bit more air under that one, and I think Xavier is going to just run away with it. So 2nd and 10. Kansas City delayed handoff, and Kareem Hunt breaks the first initial tackle and is able to get some positive yardage on that one. All right, single receiver to the right. Kelsey motioning out in the slot to the right as well. Xavier tight to the formation. Mahomes throwing it deep down the field, and he is intercepted. Xavier Worthy slipping and falling, and that is a huge play for the 49ers. Definitely what they needed, and the big return sets up this San Francisco offense with arguably their best opportunity to put it in the end zone. I'm not going to lie, I'm surprised they didn't call a penalty on that one. But that is Lenore with a huge interception and return. Mahomes taking a shot to the throat. So Mahomes throwing his second interception of the game. Ball is going to be spotted at the 23 for San Francisco. Single back in the backfield. They hand it off to Jordan Mason, and he tumbles backwards for maybe half a yard. Lenore just doing a great job of tracking that ball in the air. All right, 2nd and 10. Purdy in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up to his right. Got a player in motion to the left. Pressure. Purdy just throwing it away. It's going to be a 3rd down for this San Francisco offense that needs points. Spagnuolo, man, he has just been phenomenal these last 2 years on that defense, on that play call sheet. He has been arguably the best defensive coordinator in the NFL for about 2.5 years. Takes the snap. Purdy looking, has time, is going to scramble, and he is going to be able to get near the 1st down marker. They're going to mark him about half a yard shy of the necessary yardage. So if you're San Francisco, you can take the field goal. Most likely you'll get it. You make it a 5-point lead, but still need a touchdown. I say you go for it, man. You need to get some big points off of this interception. I don't think Mahomes is going to throw you another one. And it's going to be a QB sneak, and they get a great push, and that should be a first down for the 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk helping out Purdy on that push. I always forget Mike Pennell is still in the NFL. He's a former Green Bay Packer defensive lineman. Purdy getting it out to Kittle in the flat, and he's going to be inside the 5-yard line. Good gain for the 49ers, man. It's going to be some very interesting couple plays here. Knowing Kyle Shanahan, maybe some play action, getting it to a tight end most likely as well. If I had to guess, it might be going to the left side here. Kyle Juszczyk in motion to the left. It's going to be a run by Mason. He's going to get the first down, and he's going to be down at about the 1. Mason having to kind of stiff arm one of his teammates to get out of the way. All right, first and goal, ball just outside the 1. And it's going to be a QB sneak. And Brock Purdy getting his way into the end zone. And we got ourselves a game, ladies and gentlemen. That was a very delayed QB sneak there. So, 49ers are deciding not to go for 2 here, just getting the points, making it a 1-point lead. Carlson hits the upright, and it is no good. It stays a 2-point lead, and that is a big reason why he is no longer in Green Bay. For a second there, I was like, oh man, did the Packers make the wrong decision in cutting Anders Carlson? Nope. No, we didn't. We did not make the wrong decision. He missed a lot of extra points last year, missed some field goals, led the league in missed kicks last year. Yeah. And he misses one here that is vital. So after that Anders Carlson missed field goal, it is 14-12, Kansas City. Yeah, man. Yeah. But at least now Anders Carlson his misses are now hurting the 49ers. So there's a positive. There's a positive to it. No, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It'd be nice to see Kansas City lose, but I mean, if we're talking about what's going to help the Packers the most, is 49ers going to 3-4, while the Packers are 5-2. Now would have basically what, a 2-game cushion if there is a tiebreaker between between the Packers and the 49ers. So yeah, we definitely want the 49ers to lose this game. Kansas City losing does nothing for the Packers. It would be nice for them to lose, but they can lose at some point when they're not facing an NFC team. Oh, the hate is strong with you. I feel you. I feel you. The hate is strong with you. But yeah, I mean, at this point with Mahomes, the worst thing you can do to Mahomes is not have him win a Super Bowl. Losing in the regular season does nothing. They lost a lot last year. They looked like one of the more average teams before they turned it on in the final couple games to get into the postseason. So until I see the Kansas City lose in the playoffs, I'm not going to be worried too much about what they're doing. Matt Nagy, that's a name I have not heard in a long time. That's the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs there, former head coach of the Chicago Bears. All right, first play went nowhere, so empty set, 2nd and 10, ball at the 33. Mahomes over the middle, and it's going to be about a yard short, getting it to Sky Moore over the middle. Yeah, that last throw barely getting Mahomes over 100 yards, 108, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but still leading by 2 points. But obviously, there was a penalty on the previous play that wiped away that catch. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Chiefs. 3 receivers to the left. 49ers looking like they're only going to send 4. Look out for Joey Bosa here. He is looking to get to Mahomes, get him uncomfortable. And Mahomes takes a shot, and he's going to get it to Kelsey, but it's going to be incomplete. Great coverage by the rookie, Mustafa. And that was Ward, actually. Sorry, Ward was the was the defender on Kelsey. Mustafa came in there late. So number 7 with a big pass breakup. Luckily, able to get his hands up because he did not get his head around. Ball was underthrown. That's what happens when Mahomes just too much pressure in his face. Got hit, I'm pretty sure, as well. And the punt is going to go into the end zone. San Francisco gets the ball at the 20. 9:28 left in the third quarter. 14-12. All right, we are back from commercial break. Both these quarterbacks, man, under 125 yards passing, no touchdowns, 3 combined interceptions, and a passer rating of under 50 for both of them. So has not been an explosive game for either offense. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 20. 2 receivers stacked up on the left. Single back in the backfield. Purdy needing to roll to his right, and he's going to scramble for a gain of about 3.5. And it looks like we have a Kansas City Chief down on the ground with an injury. Andy Reid standing over him like the like the Grim Reaper a little bit. Can only imagine you're hurt. You're like, my hamstring, and then you look up, you just see the little walrus whiskers just staring down at you. And like I know, injuries are a serious thing, but like if you find out it's just like, oh, he's just cramping up. I wonder if you're Andy Reid, you just like kind of like, do you kind of like make a joke, kind of like with the commercials that he's in with Patrick Mahomes, be like, hey man, while you're down there, do you want some of my nuggies? Yeah. You just have some chicken nuggets in your pocket, Andy Reid just eating it on the sidelines. Every touchdown that offense gets, Andy Reid can have a chicken nugget. That's like the big motivator for him. If that was true, man, that would be one of my. I think Kansas City would turn into my favorite team. If Andy Reid after the press conference, he's like, after they win or something like that, he's like, yeah. What really motivates me is every time we get a touchdown, I get to eat a piece of chicken nugget. It's a big motivator for me. That would be one of the funniest things I've ever heard. See if like Kansas City is gonna be boring, if they're gonna be like the Patriots, just kind of like slowly driving down the field, make it funny, make it really funny. All right, 2nd and 7, receiver in motion to the right. It's gonna be a handoff to Mason, who's gonna cut up field, open field, 40, 50, down, just shy of the 50-yard line. A huge run for Jordan Mason. Running on that left side. Was it just on the outside of Trent Williams? No, just to the inside, in between Trent Williams and that right guard. First and 10, ball at the 49. Purdy under center, 2 receivers to his right. Fakes the handoff, rolling to his left. It's He's going to run and try to get as much yardage as he can. It's going to be a gain of 6 for Brock Purdy. Man, Purdy holding that ball like a loaf of bread. Better tuck that thing in. All right. 2nd and 5. Ball at the 46 of Kansas City. It's going to be another handoff. Mason breaking the tackle, and he is going to be inside the 40. First down for the 49ers. Finally getting this running game going here. Mahomes looks absolutely miserable on the sidelines. The sun must be just hitting him right in the eyes. Because every single time they show him, he's like, he's got that sour face that he has. 1st and 10, ball at the 38. Purdy under center, Pearsall in motion. It's going to be another handoff, and Mason gets out across the 35 down to the 34. George Kittle in motion to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Purdy under center, dropping back, throwing it deep down the field, and great coverage by McDuffie, batting that ball right out of the receiver's hands. It'll be 3rd and 6. It was a solid throw by Purdy, but McDuffie able to locate the ball and just slap it out of the receiver's hands. Intended receiver was Connolly. All right, Purdy in the shotgun. Ball at the 34. Pressure. Throw in. Intercepted. Him and his receiver not on the same page. Brock Purdy throwing his 2nd interception of the game. And what did I tell you? What did I tell you? These quarterbacks, both of these guys, despite their reputation, we're going to head into this game, and the defenses, we're going to have opportunities to get their hands on the ball. They each have 2 interceptions off of these quarterbacks. 5:56 left in the 3rd quarter. Now I'm trying to think here. What's Kansas City gonna do here? They haven't really been able to run the ball that effectively with Kareem Hunt. I think he's had a couple plays here and there where he's able to break off or something, but most of it has been well within 5 yards. I think both of these defenses are doing a pretty decent job of getting the running back down. Kansas City obviously gave up some some yardage on that one. And unfortunately for the 49ers, they were well in field goal range, or at least had a chance at a field goal. And that would have given them a opportunity to take the lead here. But Purdy just overthrowing his guy. Obviously, miscommunication on that one. All right, we are back here. 1st and 10, ball at the 21 after the Brock Purdy interception. It's going to be a handoff to Kareem Hunt. It's going to gain about 4 yards on the play. Another delayed handoff. Kareem Hunt getting some big yardage here. Going to be very close to the 38. 1st down, Kansas City. All right, 2 receivers to the right. Mahomes in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, throws it out quickly to his tight end there. That was a catch by Watson, number 84. Good hands, good hands. So 2nd and 2. Xavier Worthy in motion to the left. Handoff to Kareem Hunt, who's going to barrel his way through for another 1st down. He's going to be down at the 49, about a yard short of midfield. And handoff to Steele, and he is going to be taken down for no gain. Xavier Worthy in motion to the right, 2 receivers to the right. Another handoff to Carson Steele. This time he's going to be able to get some positive yardage. Gain of about 4 for Steele. All right, 2 receivers in motion. Now there's the bunch on the right side. Mahomes needing to get the ball out, over pursued by Brown, and that's going to be a 1st down for Travis Kelce and the Chiefs. First and 10, ball at the 40. Single back in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Hunt. He's going to get 3 yards on the play. We got a little under 1:30 left in the third quarter here. Mahomes in the shotgun. Worthy in motion to the left. Kelsey tight to the line on the right side. Mahomes needing to escape. Fred Warner unable to bring Mahomes down. Mahomes keeping his feet in bounds. He's down to the 10, 5, and he is out at the 5-yard line. How? How? Every time. I don't understand it. Fred Warner, easily one of the most athletic linebackers in the NFL. Unable to bring him down. Then you have Winters. Did Mahomes step out of bounds? He did not. He literally evaded 2 guys that should be able to just bring anybody down. And Mahomes got out to the 4. First and goal. Kareem Hunt, and he's going to be bent backwards after a gain of 3 down at the 1. I mean, dude, he ran from the 35 all the way to the 4. I don't know how I don't understand it. It's wild to me, man. Mahomes. The guy is literally Houdini. And that is going to be, I believe, the end of the third quarter. So we are heading to the 4th with a Kansas City Chiefs with a chance to put up a touchdown here from the 1. And with the extra point, it could make it a 9-point lead and making it a 2-possession lead. But yeah, man, I got to give it to Mahomes a little bit. He's had a terrible game. No touchdown throws, interception. I guarantee they're going to try to potentially throw the ball here. I wouldn't be too surprised by it. But the fact that he is just able to find space to run the ball. All right, 2nd and goal here. Mahomes under center. Xavier Worthy to the right. It's going to hand it off to the fullback, who is going to go into the end zone. Unless they blew it dead, I think they did. And that was Kareem Hunt, but he was in the fullback position. Yeah, that 33-yard run was the longest in Mahomes' career. So it'll be third and goal, well inside the one. I'm expecting a QB sneak here. Nope, it's going to be a throw and unable to connect with McCole Hardman. I said it before, man. They're going to try to get Mahomes his one touchdown throw. Ball was just a little bit outside of Hardman's reach there. Three receiver bunch to the right. Kelsey to his left. He's going to look. He's going to scramble, and it's going to be a touchdown. And Mahomes lowering the shoulder and bringing down into the end zone, bringing down the hammer there on the defender. It's going to be a flag, though. Something tells me this might be on Kansas City. Nope, it's going to be on San Francisco. That'll be declined. And Kansas City with an opportunity here to make this a two-possession game with the extra point. Carlson's missed extra point playing a huge factor. And the kick is up, and it is right down the middle here. Kansas City, two-possession lead. 14-13 left in the fourth quarter. And if you're just joining us for this fourth quarter, please leave a like. Make sure you subscribe so you know when we're dropping some stuff. We do every game that we possibly can. We do every primetime game. We do every Packer game. And we're going to be doing that all season long. All right, so San Francisco, they were running the ball fairly well on that previous drive before the interception. Obviously, not having Debo, not having Ayuk out there consistently is playing a huge part in this. And that's allowed, I feel like you can tell that Kittle has just been double teamed almost the entire second half. And you need a guy like Jawan Jennings, a guy who was having a phenomenal start to the year. You need a guy like that to be able to step up, find some space, give Purdy someone to throw the ball to that he can trust. Because you're going to need some chunk plays here. You're not going to be able to just, take your time on two drives that you need to score. Because Kansas City, they can slow down and they can kill at least 6, 7, 8 minutes off the clock easily on just one drive. And you need to get the ball back twice. You need to score on all of them. So All right, Purdy in the shotgun, two receivers to his left. Kyle Juszczyk running to the left. They hand it off to Mason, and he gets about 7 yards on the play down to the 37. And we have a Kansas City defender that is Watson. He is holding his left knee. Well, I see Reed chewing on something, so he must have had his celebratory touchdown nugget. There we go. Yeah, still chewing it on the field. Must be a big chicken nugget, man. He's chewing that thing for a while. All right, we have a commercial break here. I'm going to get something real quick to drink. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Holy cow, it is 83 degrees in Kansas City. It is a hot day. Holy cow. All right. Purdy under center here. Garendo in the backfield. George Kittle in motion. Purdy, pressure, stepping up, gets the ball out to Garendo, who fumbles the ball, and it's going to be out of bounds. Woo! And they are taking Garendo off the field here. Just a great job, man. Holy cow. So 1st and 10, ball at the 42. Kyle Juszczyk in motion in the backfield, in the eye. Purdy looking, throwing to the left, trying to get it to Juszczyk, who has unable to get it. And that was broken up by Leo Chanel, the former Wisconsin Badger, taking on the Harvard grad Kyle Juszczyk. All right, 2nd and 10. Purdy in the shotgun. Single receiver to the left, running back to his left as well. Purdy looking clean pocket and is going to be unable to connect with his rookie wide receiver, Pearsall. Apparently, the Chiefs are using their backup offensive lineman as shields against the sun on the sidelines there. So 3rd and 10. Purdy in the shotgun, takes the snap, pressure in his face, gets the ball out to George Kittle, and he's going to be very close to a first down. They're going to mark him half a yard short, but there is a flag on the field. And it's going to be on Kansas City. It's a holding call, so that'll be a automatic first down. And that was on number 13, Nazee Johnson. All right, first down, ball at the 47. Purdy in the shotgun, hands it off to Mason to the left, and he is going to be stood up after a gain of about 2.5. All right, 2nd and 8. Single receiver to his left. Purdy looking, has some time, throwing it deep down to the right, has a man wide open, and that is going to be to Cowing all the way down at about the 10-yard line. Huge play. Oh, nice little stop and go double move there on Johnson. And I believe he is the one that is he was replacing the injured Jalen Watson. Nazee Johnson, man, they are picking on him a little bit here. So 1st-and-goal exactly at the 10-yard line. Purdy tossing it to Mason on the left. He's going to be able to get inside the 5 down to the 3. Gain of 7 on the play. Just a heck of a job by Cowing on that one, man. Great route. So Debo, I just saw him. He is on his sweat, so he is no longer going to be playing in this game at all. Pearsall in motion to the right. It's going to be a run up the middle. Mason unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be down back at the 5. This will be 3rd-and-goal. To be fair, San Francisco does need a field goal at some point, but you don't want to be relying on field goals when you're going up against this Kansas City team. Clock is going to be under 10 minutes. San Francisco, one of the worst offensive red zone teams in the NFL. They are 25th currently. All right. Kittle in motion to the right. Purdy looking, dropping back, and he is intercepted, throwing into double coverage. And that is Hicks coming up with a huge interception. The worst thing that could have easily happened. At least, even if you throw it out of bounds and you settle for a field goal, you make it a one possession game. Instead, it is a third interception for Brock Purdy. Pressure in his face. Looked like he was hit a little bit here, but still not a good decision. Oh yeah, definitely the ball. Ball was definitely affected by the hit by Karlaftis. But Brock Purdy just needs to make a better decision on that one. He was trying to squeeze it into two defenders. That's a tough one. So 9:29 left. Kansas City has the ball at the 20 with an opportunity to kill the clock with this drive. It's going to be a handoff to Hunt. Cuts it inside after running to the right. Gain of about 6. Yeah, Purdy just not sensing the pressure there. Kyle Shanahan is just like, oh, God. Why, God? Why? All right. 2nd and 4. Mahomes in the shotgun, hands it off to Kareem Hunt, who is going to get out across the 30 down to about the 32. That is a first down for the Chiefs. San Francisco does look like an offense that is just starving for their talent to come back, man. Out with Debo, Ayuk gone, Christian McCaffrey out. Just too many big playmakers not there that are usually guys that you can rely on. It was a run up the middle by Carson Steele, gain of about 6, maybe 7 on the play. Kansas City just taking their time with this drive. They are in no rush. Clock is going to be under 7:35 when the ball is snapped. So 2nd and 3, ball at the 39. Another handoff to Steele. He's going to barrel forward, and he might get the first down on that play. All right. It'll be 3rd and about half a yard. Xavier Worthy in motion. They're going to hand it off to Steele, who's just going to ram his face into the defense, and he's going to get a first down. Fred Warner, the first guy there to stop him, but still a big first down for the undrafted running back, Carson Steele. Ball is at the 43. Mahomes under center, single receiver to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Kareem Hunt, who's going to spin forward out across the 45 down to about the 46. And the clock will be under 6 minutes. Once again, Kansas City, all they need to do is just kill time. They are up by 2 possessions. Don't need any more points. Two receivers to the left. Mahomes in the shotgun. Kareem with the handoff. Slips in the backfield, a loss of 1, back to the 45. Mahomes looking a little either tired or he is kind of wincing from pain. So he might have a little something here. So 3rd and 8, ball at the 45. 2 receivers stacked up on the right. Looks like they have Samaje Perine in the back. Mahomes scrambling, gets the ball out, and it's going to be a first down to the tight end, Gray. Gain of 9. Mahomes being tackled as he threw that ball, but delivering a perfect pass to his tight end, running across the formation. Luckily, Cole Hardman unable to get the ball because he almost stuck his hand out there. Mahomes in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left. It's going to be a handoff to Samaje Perine, who's going to be out across the 45 down to about the 43. And the clock is going to be under 4 minutes. Like I said before, even the 49ers had the ball last time. They needed points. They needed it quickly because Kansas City, they have the ability to just bleed the clock away. They could easily go for 6, 7, 8 minutes, I said. So far, we are getting close to that. So San Francisco using their first timeout, stopping the clock at 4:04. All right, 2nd and 7. Kansas City over 165 yards rushing. Receiver in motion to the left. They hand it off to Samaje Perine, who's going to be down at the 40-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. 49ers stop the clock at 3:57. They adjusted the clock to 3:59. Kelsey in motion to the right. Finds Samaje Perine wide open down to the 30, 25, 20, down to about the 18-yard line. That is a first down for the Chiefs. Easy pass, easy catch. Nobody went with with Perine on the flat to the right side. I mean, that is easy money for the Kansas City Chiefs. The clock is still continuing to roll. 49ers holding on to that final timeout. Kansas City in the red zone. It's going to hand it off to Hardman, who's going around down to the 5, inside the 1, and he is going to be in the end zone. And Andy Reid can enjoy another touchdown chicken nugget. But there's a flag. There's a late flag for the Chiefs. Sorry, there's a late flag, I should say. We have yet to see what the flag is, but they're saying it might be after the actual play. And it's going to be, yes, definitely after the play. 49ers very frustrated. It's going to be on the Chiefs, but then it's going to be on the 49ers, so they're going to be offsetting penalties. That touchdown will stand. Just a great end around to the left side to McCole Hardman. He wasn't even touched until he was at the 2-yard line. So 3:09, and once again, Andy Reid can enjoy his 4th touchdown chicken nugget of the day. One of these days, I'm going to have a chicken nugget counter for Andy Reid during every Kansas City game. Extra point is up, and it is good. And Kansas City up by 16 full points here. Right now, they're talking about how impressive this offense is without Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm sorry, man. One, they didn't have Juju, last year. They did not miss him. They've and Juju is not even really their number one guy. I think they're more their more effective plays usually involve Hardman, Xavier, guys like that. Typically Juju is usually like the third, maybe the fourth option on most plays, in my opinion. So I wouldn't say that's the most impressive part or that's why they're impressive. I think the impressive part is their ability to be able to just find those little small spaces in between the defense, like whether that's Mahomes rushing for a couple yards when it looks like he's about to be taken down, or Kelsey just being always able to find the soft spot in the zone, and then also just able to find 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes even 10 plus yards after the catch. Those are the things that Kansas City has been able to do well. Obviously, today and most of the season, their defense has been phenomenal, getting to the quarterback, getting their hands on plays, whether that's interceptions or fumbles. Quick pass to Ricky Pearsall on the bubble screen in the slot. That's going to be a gain of 5, but there is going to be a flag on the field, and things are getting chippy here. We're starting to see some extracurricular activities after the play here. Oh, and Cook, number 6 for the Chiefs, punching Trent Williams in the head, and then Williams punching him right back in the back of the head. So I wonder what this is going to be. I wonder if it's just going to be on Williams or if it's going to be on both. And I mean, they're punching each other. So I mean, both of these could be ejectable at this point. So we will see what the call is. So Trent Williams is heading, it looks like, to the sidelines here. It's going to be personal foul, face mask on Kansas City, personal foul on Trent Williams. And both of those personal fouls will offset each other. And Williams is ejected for throwing a punch here. And Cook, who is the first guy to actually punch Williams in the back of the head, he is still on the field. He is not ejected, which to me, like you have the replay of him punching. You should be able to use that to eject it. It's one thing. It's like if it's a regular penalty, that's fine. But you have a guy literally punching somebody else in the back of the head. Williams was on the ground defenseless, and the fact that he is still on the field is wild to me. So, anyway, Trent Williams is ejected for the game. Doesn't really matter. Pass is going to be the Pearsall. He's going to be very close to a first down. Clock is continuing to roll. It's going to be under 2.5 minutes in this game. Ball is at the 41 of Kansas City. Brock trying to get the ball out quickly. And it's going to be a tackle by Leo Chanel on George Kittle. It's going to be a loss of about 2 or 3. And this will take us to the 2-minute warning of this game. It'll be 3rd and 4 when we come back. All right, just looking ahead to this Jets-Steelers matchup for Sunday night. It looks like Russell Wilson is officially going to be the starter for the Steelers. So he'll be going up against Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, this time as both of them as New York Jets. And it's going to be very interesting. I'm curious why they are switching to Fields. Obviously, Russell has had a long history of being an effective quarterback. But over the last couple of years, especially his last year with Seattle here. Sorry. They're showing Trent Williams walking into the locker room. He stopped to sign a little girl's helmet. Sorry, her hat. And then there's a even smaller girl that comes up behind the other one with like one of the biggest hats I've ever seen, one of the biggest baseball caps I've ever seen in my entire life. So, sorry, the comedy of that was hilarious. It's going to be a run by Purdy to the right. Looks like it's going to be a first down, but there is a flag. Most likely going to be a hold. Oh, it's going to be a personal foul on the Kansas City team, saying it's a face mask. So maybe Tomlin is looking for a little bit more of a traditional quarterback, especially going up against a very tough Jets defense. Somebody that is more used to playing within the pocket in a traditional sense, and I think that's going to be a little bit easier for Tomlin to play call. That might be what they're looking at. And at the same time, there also might be like saying, "Hey, give Russell some plays. If he plays well, we can flip him for a decent gain, for a decent trade." It's going to be a toss to Mason here on the right side on the swing pass. It's going to gain about 6 or 7 yards. Brock Purdy trying to get back to the line. They are inside the 20 down to the 17. Quick throw to the left side to Pearsall. That's going to be a first down at around the 10-yard line. Stops the clock at 1:28. Mahomes handing out hugs to his offensive line. First and 10. 3 receivers bunched up on the right. Purdy throwing it to number 10 there, and that's going to be near a touchdown. They're saying he is going to be down. Nope, it is a touchdown. It was a little bit of a late signal. That is Ronnie Bell with the touchdown for the 49ers. And obviously being down by 16, they're going to have to hold the presses here. That knee is way down, and he is going to be inside the 1. So all scores are reviewed, so we will have this ball back. It'll be spotted at the 1. But it will be a first down, so sorry, they're taking a while to get this set. So they're moving the clock down to 1:14 instead of 1:22. Basically a 10-second runoff for the review. And the clock will run. It's going to be a QB sneak here for Brock Purdy. That's going to be his second touchdown run of the day. 49ers need to go for 2 to make this a 1-possession game. Clock is stopped at 1:08. 49ers only have 1 timeout left. It is still crazy to me that number 6, Cook, is still in this game. He was not ejected after punching Trent Williams in the back of the head. I mean, he's most likely going to get fined, but still. And it's going to be to Ricky Pearsall, who is unable to connect with Brock Purdy, so that'll make it still a 10-possession game. 10-point lead for the Kansas City Chiefs, and a 2-possession lead will still stand. That basically ends any hope here of making this game interesting. Even with a onside recovery, they would still need 2 possessions. Kansas City going to 6-0 on the season, and the 49ers will drop under 500 to 3-4. So San Francisco faces the Cowboys next week. Then they have a bye Then they will go to Tampa Bay. That's going to be a tough game. Then to Seattle. Could be a tough matchup because one, it's in the division, so those are games are usually pretty close. But at the same time, you never know what you're going to get with Seattle, man. It's just up in the air. Sometimes they look great, and other times they look average. So we'll see how it is. And then that fourth game will be against the Green Bay Packers. Hopefully, Green Bay is in a great position by the time these two teams face off. And I would love it if Jordan Love and that Packers team can get a big win against the 49ers. The onside kick, unfortunately, goes only about 4 yards. And impressively, he actually was able to get it to spin on its side there. So, I mean, fortunately they're gonna lose here, but that was pretty impressive. It's a nice little trick there by Wisnowski. So Kansas City will kneel the ball down here a couple times, and we're gonna be heading out. So again, not the most exciting game, especially in this fourth quarter. Not many points were scored. It took a while for these drives to kind of end, but heck of a defensive performance by Kansas City. 3 interceptions, some couple sacks here and there, and the 49ers defense was looking good, especially in that first half. But Patrick Mahomes and this offense doing what they've always done and just wearing teams down. And it's going to be a big win for Kansas City, move to 6-0. 11 more games before they can head into the playoffs undefeated. And again, 49ers dropping below 500. The injuries, I think, were the big story here for the 49ers. Losing Debo, he was already sick coming into this game, but unfortunately, by the second half, he was already in sweats and was not going to be coming back. They lost Brandon Ayuk to an injury late in the second quarter, and you can tell Brock Purdy just unable to find any consistency with these other receivers, throwing 3 picks, no passing touchdowns, but was able to get 2 rushing touchdowns, some quarterback sneaks. So that is the final score here. Kansas City 28, 49ers 18. And just a repeat of the Super Bowl. Kansas City just wearing down the 49ers for a huge win. And once again, I want to say thank you to everybody that was watching, whether you watched for a little bit or watched the majority of the game. I appreciate you. Thank you again. Shout out to Dahlia in the chat. Appreciate you. And we're going to be getting all set and ready for this Jets and Steelers game. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. These two quarterbacks have faced off against each other plenty of times when they were both in the NFC, when Russell was with Seattle and obviously Rodgers in Green Bay. Early on, Russell was able to get a couple, seemed to be the dominant guy. He was able to get some big wins over Rodgers. The Hail Mary, the NFC Championship game back in 2014/2015. But as the seasons went on, Rodgers and that Packers team was able to really put the screws on Russell Wilson and Seattle. Once the Legion of Boom really kind of slowly but surely kind of went away, Green Bay was able to get some wins. So we'll see who will come out on top with both of these quarterbacks now in the AFC with new teams. And the Jets will be putting out their new favorite toy, their newest acquisition from the Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders, Devontae Adams, trading away a conditional third-round pick to bring Adams to New York, reuniting him with his favorite quarterback. Yes, Derek Carr. Aaron Rodgers is his favorite. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, first game since 2021 that they will be together. So hopefully I'll see you guys there for that game. It should be a fun matchup. At the very least, there's going to be a lot of memes, a lot of storylines. So hopefully you guys can come on in and watch it with us and enjoy the game. So thank you. I will see you guys in a bit. Once again, my name is Dave. I'm not a coach. And just for the heck of it, go Pack Go. Thank you.